Hey, welcome, Swim. So we back. This is our second episode here. We got a new look. Got some new partners with me. We had Doc and Shay step away from the show for prior commitment. So always love and blessings to them. Spoon is on the road right now. I think he's gonna join us a little later. We'll see what happens. Safe travels, my brother. And of course, we got my man Aubrey here, Q, and we got Kenzie as well. So I want to pass the mic to Kenzie. I'll let him go first. Just introduce yourself, brother. Say whatever you feel necessary.
So excited to be here. Thanks to Good Brothers for inviting me,
Of
discussing
course.
these topics. Living up here in the DC area. Bet just like the rest of my brothers here. Looking for a good conversation, man, and some good fellowship here
All
as we
right.
start to stay.
That's what's up. Q.
All right. Aubrey Quarles, like this Air Force vet, 22 years. We currently live in Dallas. Into the real estate development here in Dallas. I'm excited to be a part of this swim. Been wanting to do a podcast with some unique characters and brothers. So I'm excited about the character. This is going to be therapeutic.
Mhm.
I really don't get along with Kenzie. I really don't get along with Spoon. So Jay, I think we good. So
Okay.
whenever I can take a jab, I'm gonna be petty when needed. So I just want to give that as a disclaimer.
That's what I'm talking about. Well, look, man, I want to thank y'all for being here. Thank y'all for joining us. It's going to be good chemistry. I can feel the vibes already. First off, I want to thank our 30 subscribers. You got, big things come from small rooms, right? And 30 subscribers to me is a big stepping stone considering we just had our first episode 2 weeks ago. So that's big to me. We appreciate every single person that's been rocking with us and that's going to continue to be with us through the new look. Just want to do a quick reminder that we do still have the Swim Health Walk Challenge going on until the end of February. It's 30 miles. You can join through the Nike Run app. It's the Nike Run app. And you just look for Swim Health Walk Challenge. You get in there. It's 30 miles for the end of the month now. If you haven't joined already or you ain't started, you're going to have to pick it up to get the 30 miles. But, do whatever you can. Ultimately, it's for health and just motivation. Helping the vets get out there and people who just be in the house, get out there and get some exercise. All right, fellas. So the first thing we're gonna move on to is movies. The segment is called Now Showing on Swim. So the selection that we picked out was the new Netflix special by some more called Chandelier Fly. Now, I'll say I was already hip to some information about it about one of her jokes before I saw it. So that kind of enticed me to see it even more before they took it off or they did anything to it, maybe edited or whatever. And I agree that initially I felt like the joke was in bad taste. It was referencing a murder that had happened in a store. Uh, and she basically said, uh, if that happens to me, tell them that it was in a higher caliber store. And but the context was that she tries to find the light in everything because she had been through so many down times previously in her life. This is how she chose to deal with bad news. We make light of it, make a joke. I would say the crowd was 50-50 at the time of the joke. Did you guys watch it? What you thought about it? Let me know.
So if you on the joke, I mean, I missed the joke. Which one are you referring to?
It was the one where it was talking about I guess it was five people that got murdered in Dollar General down south.
Oh,
And basically she said if that happens to me, tell them it was a CVS. And that's kind of how it was too. The audience was kind of like half
nah,
laughed and
I
half was
watched the
like
special.
shocked.
Yeah, I watched the special, and I liked it. I liked the special. I mean,
Yeah.
one, I was glad that she got that platform. I've been a fan of
Mm-hmm.
hers for a long time. She's been rocking for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
To me, she's one of the funniest female all time.
For sure.
She's one of my favorites all time, man. But I liked first thing she looks amazing, man. The
Yeah.
woman is beautiful,
Yeah.
gorgeous
She always
woman,
been very feminine for sure.
very. And I appreciate that she looked wonderful, man. Comedy was on point, man. The joint had me funny, man. She caught my attention, right? She started with the Frankie Beverly joke, Frankie Beverly, I like Jesus us, man. But how she came in, she came in strong, man. You know what I'm saying, and pulled everybody in. So I really appreciate that. I thought it was a good special. I was, like I said, I'm really happy that Netflix, you know what I'm saying, gave it a platform, their talent, man. But I thought it was funny. I watched the whole thing and have no problem with it, man. Like I think she's wonderful, man.
Awesome.
Yeah, so big fan of S.W.Y.M. I mean, her status is undeniable. She's been legendary. It's good to be not traditionally overly vulgar. Always been easy on the eyes. That never hurts.
Right.
But it was a little slow developing for me. Okay, the special. She obviously still has a comic ability, but she kind of lacked the energy necessary for a stand up. Right, it's me. So I was a little, at this career. I mean, I probably could only watch about 30 minutes of. She had some funny jokes. I really did, but it was a little slow developing. She's been doing for 30 plus years. But stand up is a lot about stage presence, energy, et cetera, et cetera. And so it was kind of like watching my aunt kind of do some jokes. It's like at my grandmother's 99th birthday, my 79-year-old aunt do some jokes. And I like her. I mean, I love her legacy wise. I would defend her, but this particular one, so was that. As it pertains to the joke, I think it was insensitive. Now the great comics always toe that line.
Yeah.
They always toe that line. And sometimes you always watch how far they go. I think she crossed it. I think some grace needs to be had by giving the comics because they present and they address real issues and they make us that. So it's very hard to it wasn't a racial slur or something. I think it was I believe she would I believe the character that she's shown throughout her career, she would probably take that back. She's not that, she hasn't been that person. I think she just was, I think she crossed that line. I definitely give her some grace about it. That's my perception on it.
I look at, man, I just disagree with this whole thing where we're going, I think we're screwing ourselves, man. Like, you see what they're going on, Mike Epps, same thing. He's out there, I apologize for nothing, man. It's comedy, man. Like, what, like, you gonna make Richard Pryor apologize? Come on, man. Where we going with this, man? Like, it's getting out. It's comedy, man. You know, if it's not for everybody, you know what I'm saying? But you don't have a problem with the president saying ridiculous stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, what? Like, this is these people profession. Like, they're here to make us laugh. And it could be something that's not light. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But we like, he made a joke about Nicki Minaj. So I ain't gotta apologize for that. It's just for what?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all, we in crazy territory, man. And I think once you get out there, it's gonna be really hard to pull it back. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be really hard to pull it back. And that's
why you gotta allow them to be artists. You know what I'm saying? It takes a lot. It takes a lot to write a joke. Everything that you're talking about, Q, the timing and towing the line, but also making sure not to be too insensitive, but you wrap it in a story of her own in context that I try and look for the light and in a situation. You know, we can't spend our life crying about that one event that happened. You know, at some point, you have to allow yourself to laugh at the situation, not in its reality, but in the joke. You know what I'm saying? Understand that it's somebody trying to give you some levity to the situation and not just make it such a somber moment, especially if, and that's, I know it's difficult to understand, especially when you the family of the person that happened to. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes, depending on how the murder went down or the death, there is no room for joking. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I can totally understand that, but you have to give her some grace as a comedian. Like, she been doing this for a long time. And like Kenzie said, what you gonna make Richard Pryor apologize? You gonna make Red Fox apologize? Or Bill Burr? Ain't nobody making Bill Burr apologize. Or what's my man on the Tonight Show? John, was it come on HBO, his name? John?
Bill Maher? one of these
Bill
guys.
Maher. Yep, Bill Maher. My bad.
Oh man, that dude need to be.
You know what I'm
Oh,
saying? Like
then again, it's like you're right.
all of the things
It's
he
like
didn't say it. Like,
you
come
don't
on.
have to. You don't have to like it. It's a joke. It's not for everybody. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I think that in this country, we still have the ability to say it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not talking about the overly racist, and I'm just saying, but the joke, a joke ain't for everybody. You know what I'm saying? But I think you should still have the ability to say it. You know what I'm saying? And express it. You know what I'm saying?
Let me say this piece here.
I turn it off.
Yeah,
Right,
I agree.
up,
Let me
Q.
say this piece here too. The comic has also has been a guide. They say things in a way that's palatable, or sometimes that what we're feeling, they're able to express it in humor. We're able to receive in humor. I can remember uniquely after President Trump got reelected, the first person that Saturday Night Live had was Dave Chappelle. They understood it was a high tension. It was a high tense situation in the United States. And they put Dave Chappelle, who is gifted an ability to understand our frustration and still make humor and laugh. But I mean, the comic also, we look for the comic to do those things. Again, Samore did not create the scenario that happened in. And so, to your point, I think you give him grace, but we also have looked to the comics in times past to be that bridge, if you will.
Well said. Well said. All right, fellas. So moving on to music, we call this the drop zone. We normally go over new music that is dropped during the week and or upcoming in the week coming up. So the first thing we're going to look at is an album by Larry June, Currency, and produced by The Alchemist called Spiral Staircases. Did y'all get a chance to take a listen to that? Tell me what you thought. Q?
Absolutely fabulous album, man.
The Luke, I was looking at I thought it was with the Drake consider. I didn't get that one there. I might have missed that piece there, so I can't speak on it.
It's probably too dope for you. Probably the auditory sense is probably a little good too much for you. Your crucial conflict ear. But I think the album was fire. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I'm just, for me, I'm greedy. I wish it was a longer album. You know what I'm saying? But to put them guys together like that, you know what I'm saying? They Currency and Larry June, they work exceptionally well together. You know what I'm saying? With that sound. And with their personalities, and it's like, man, you feel like you one of them. Like, when I say one of them, like, and they're back. Man, Larry June a cold dude, man.
He is, man. I actually like him better now after this album. Before, I didn't think, and it was just what we was talking about earlier off camera. Like, when you get with the right producer, sometimes they can put you in your peak earlier than you supposed to be. And I feel like, before I was like, I don't think Larry June going to be able to flow on Alchemist beats. But if you in that mode with Alchemist, you see how his whole flow, it almost sped up a little bit. And when it sped up, it got dope. Not that he wasn't before, but it definitely enhanced his flow.
Man, Larry was talking you through it.
Yeah.
As they said, man, dude, like that cadence in which, you know what I'm saying? It's always been around, like Too Short, Pimp C type, you know what I'm saying? But him and Currency got this way of talking through these lyrics, man. And it's just dope, man. It's just dope. You know what I'm saying? I think it's like just fitting to let Al do those beats, man. And it's a continuation of that 2 Chainz Larry June, that feel. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Which also was a dope concept collaboration album. These two guys get back together, man. But it was a dope album. I was just greedy, man. I wanted more, man. I wanted longer tracks, man.
Yeah.
But it's definitely gave me everything I wanted, man. Or everything I didn't even know I wanted at the time, man. Like I'm saying, but the production was just at a high level, man. And I think Al just making these miniature movies, man.
Yeah.
That's what I call it. Like little cinemas. He just
For
giving
sure.
it to you right here.
For sure.
So yeah.
What you think, Q?
Man, listen. First of all, it pains me to be on here. Okay, so
gotcha.
I was looking for. I actually researched some different things, so I must have misread the goal of it. So I really can't speak on it. But I know you guys are very lyrical. You guys are East Coast, and so I take it to be lyrical. Let me kind of listen to it again, I'll be able to follow double back with you. But I'm probably not gonna like it. I probably hate it.
Okay.
It's probably a whole bunch of
but what did
highly
you check out?
metaphoric.
What did you check out then? Tell me that.
Well, I saw the Drake and Central C.
It was 2 lists I put out there.
Yeah, and I think I didn't have that first one on there. Then Tyler, the Creator, who looks like a young upstart guy. I was highly impressed with him. I haven't really been following him, but he's definitely brings a different creative energy that's refreshing and kind of seemed like he almost kind of in his own lane.
Definitely he is.
And so that's refreshing to see somebody else. So that's kind of who I saw it. And that Central C, that dude just got a flavor flow that's unique. And so those two, I enjoy those.
Yeah, I look at Tyler. I don't look at Tyler as a hip hop artist personally. I just say he's just an artist.
I agree with that.
I'm like, So I think he has a flow. I went to a concert. My daughter, I have a 9-year-old daughter, man. She say Tyler is like Jay-Z to her. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So I say, hey, let's go. We went to the concert and for his last album, great concert. Put on the show, and Rainbow Coalition in that stadium, man. So stadium is sold out, amazing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But he put on the show, man. I mean, as the production of the show, and listen to this last one. And then once again, it's the continuation of but to me, he's an artist. I would say he's a hip hop artist. He's an artist, man.
I agree.
Really you know what I'm saying? So I was like, but he's dope though. He's dope.
He's always had his own lane. I think he got some negative press because of maybe some personal choices that people mostly don't agree with sometimes. You know what I mean? Yep. And but lyrically, I will say when I noticed him was on this most recent Clips album, and he probably could have had verse of the year if the Source magazine was still out. Like it was cold. He was saying some cold stuff in there, and I was like, man, this is Tyler the Creator. Like I slept on him, and then more recently, I've been hearing him on people's mixtapes and some more recent albums that's dropped. When he got a 16 feature on there, and I'm like, man, he really like lyrically in his bag.
Back catalog, man. Go check that back catalog. You'd be surprised, man. He can spit.
Okay, I'm gonna have to do that.
But he's an artist, though, man.
Yeah.
They just got he literally don't have to stick with hip hop.
Yeah, it's just not bars for him. I get it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, to me, it's kind of he almost some elements kind of remind me of that Childish Gambino. You kind of got a little bit of Bruno in there.
I think it comes from the Our Future Click, man. Saying what's my man name? Frank Ocean, all those guys, Internet. It's a whole collective of those guys. Dope sounds though, man. Incorporate live music and some of the samples that they have and the Tyler comes with. It's just crazy how they flip them. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So that's the element.
What would you put? Would you if you had to try to put him in some? Would it be what would you put him in pop, Kenzie? What would you put him in?
Nah, I mean, what? Audience-wise, you know what I'm saying? His crowd is definitely like pop-ish, you know what I'm saying? But there's pop-ish, but you see how they chop up samples and the music that he, you know what I'm saying? For me, I'm a straight real hip-hop head, you know what I'm saying? I see the elements that, he's a hip-hop head, definitely, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. He incorporates different stuff, you know what I'm saying? Even you go back and look at some of the old albums, you know what I'm saying? The kid, you know what I'm saying? I call him the kid, 32, 33 years old, right?
Yeah, we got it.
Man, he get Charlie Wilson on the hook. He gets it. You know what I'm saying? My man, he gets it. You know what I'm saying? And he can spit. You know what I'm saying? The cat can spit, man.
Charlie Wilson on a lot these days, though.
Man, I know, right?
He out there scrambling for that.
Hey, true. But Tyler's dope musician, though. You know what I'm saying? Can't knock it at all, man.
All right. And then I think it was one more artist, JID with Hey Tony. Man, when I heard, I was like, Tony the Tiger, I just thought it was somebody using the name. But the song is about like Frosted Flakes, but he flipped it metaphorically, told a whole story about how Tony be chilling with him in the morning and watching cartoons and stuff. You can hear like his brothers and sisters playing in the background, like they sample kids playing with toys in the background. I thought it was dope, man. JID is one of the new, I believe he's from the West Coast, right?
No, he's from Atlanta.
He from Atlanta? Okay, so he is. He's super lyrical, man. I heard his flow in many different.
From the A, man, I'm telling you, man. Listen, J.I.D. and my man Shada Prince. You know who Shada Prince is, right? Super.
Yeah, yeah, that's he a ghostwriter extraordinaire.
Oh my God.
The people that some people's top 5 he done wrote for them. They just don't know.
I mean, straight up bangers too, man.
Yep.
I don't know if you heard that joint. He did that Kanye joint. I would Kanye lift him off that joint. You know that God's, you know that joint. I forgot the name of the song, man.
Yeah.
The sample is crazy. But he got a verse to it. Man, the verse is like every verse is a year. Probably the verse of the decade, man. He's spitting like that. But J.I.D. another cat, you got to be careful getting these songs with these dudes, man. Dudes will murder you, man.
Yeah, you know?
For sure. J.I.D. I heard some of his stuff. He's pretty good. I heard some J.I.D. I mean, he kind of undeniable.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I agree.
Dope.
And
you can tell it's natural for how he flipped it. It's like, oh wow. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't expecting that. You know what I'm saying? But it did his thing, man. But he's been treading up for the last couple years. He up there right now. You know what I'm saying? He's up. Last album was fire. Definitely he's up, man.
Right. All right, man. So moving on, we got want to kind of not really go all the way serious, but we do also want to keep our fans and our subscribers in the know and let them know that, you know, we think about the world and the state that it's in and social affairs and especially what's going on with our veterans. So we want to kind of go over a little segment that we got called the Kenzie Crunch, where my man Kenzie going to just speak on a couple of things going on in the world and just give us a point of view and let us know what's up.
Yeah, so 3 topics that we have this week. You know, so the first one was President Trump on Air Force One. He spoke about the need for some intervention in the Ukraine war, and what he just briefly mentioned that the negotiation with Iran and Ukraine and where that's going. And to be honest, it's really just a statement. This statement that he made on the plane because he had all the cameras there, just to make a statement. There's no action behind that though. They haven't done anything behind the scenes to reach out to, you know, to either one of those countries with any concrete steps as far as mitigating any negotiations for Iran or for the Ukraine. So he knew he had to say something, but we be honest, he ain't putting they're not putting any action behind it. You know what I'm saying? And it's no risk, really no stopping it right now, because Russia is still pushing forward with this war. They don't want to end the war, you know, and they're not in the best position. Meaning they're not winning this war. Russia is not winning this war. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But the president here, I guess he said, "I got to say something." But we haven't. His statement doesn't signal anything for diplomacy whatsoever. You know what I'm saying? In order for us to say, you know, you doing something for diplomacy, you got to be some follow-up actions to verify that we are actually going to do something. He just made a statement. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So hopefully, you know, we see something concrete. You know what I'm saying? With him saying we do something with Iran, we're gonna do something with the Ukraine. Do a follow-up action. We haven't got any follow-up action. So I think it's early in the year, so we got to wait and see what's going on. What's going to happen? You know what I'm saying? Second one was Marco Rubio. Once again, he made a statement, and he's unsure of Russia. Russia does not want to end this war. Russia wants to win this war. Russia wants Ukraine. Let's stop it. You know what I'm saying?
Period.
That's what they want. So they're making these little statements. Man, Russia don't want that. Russia want Ukraine back up under them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so if Marco Rubio, Secretary of State of the United States, hey man, you're not trying to do any sanctions or do any type of negotiation for a real ceasefire. I mean, it's just really just smoke and mirrors. You know what I'm saying? We got to say something, but you're not doing anything to stop Russia. You know what I'm saying? And the diplomacy, to me, if you're really serious about it, let's bring those guys back to the White House and we can engage. That's not happening. Just making these statements. And like I said, early in the year, let's see if they're serious about it. We can't, but just you making a statement, you can't really gauge that right now. You know what I'm saying? I got to see you bring the president of Ukraine back to the White House. You know what I'm saying? To engage, and that way, we can see how serious these guys are about it.
I heard that.
What else was in the news?
What you think, Q?
Topic.
Man, first of all, probably the best chess player of the last 20 years. Hands down, Putin. This joker came to Alaska and told Trump how, man, I've always admired you, and here's some flowers and this, that, and other. Man, you're doing a great job, man. You a swell dude. Uh, Shut these doors. I ain't doing nothing. Okay.
Yeah.
Uh, did you get the pictures you needed? I'm about to get back on my plane uh, and go finish doing what I was doing before. Did you get the pictures you needed? Did you get the statements you wanted? I mean, he's smooth. I mean, he's so Putin, and I would say China too. China is, I would probably say, more puppet master,
Mm.
who's more dangerous because they're silent. You don't know what they're thinking. You have no idea, but you better pay attention to what they're doing and pay attention to what they don't do. But Putin, I mean, they run in circles around the United States as far as strategic. Trump running his mouth, telling everything, starting things. But yeah, Putin, he has zero. He wants Ukraine, period, point blank. But he will say what he needs to say. But you cannot pay attention to anything he say. Pay attention to what he do. So
Mm.
that's kind of my thought on those two.
So you know what? With that stuff, with Putin and the, wanting to take over the Ukraine and all of that, do you guys believe that? I want to kind of segue into something else here. Do you guys believe that that has anything to do with what they tried to do with the disability for veterans? Did y'all hear about that?
Yeah, so that's actually that's nothing new. They initially they were saying that, look, we don't want to do that. We don't want to take that up with veterans. But
Mm-hmm.
new administration is saying, nah, we want to do that. And I think it took effect February the 17th. They actually made it they're gonna actually push for the VA is gonna actually enforce it. That is that's horrible for veterans though. That's horrible. You know
Well,
what I'm
did
saying?
you hear 2 days later on the 19th, they actually halted it. So now it won't be going through with it. And for people who don't know the background of it, initially it started out as February 17th. They had put in an order to change the way you were rated based on your disabilities if you're taking medication.
Yeah,
So
mainly
now you
medication.
would, yeah, so now you would be graded even if you were medicated as for your disabilities. Meaning, if you have a 80 and you go in there and you try and get something added, you want to add a disability, get something else rated, and they find out you're on medication for your previous disabilities, they can possibly take your rating down. And so on the 19th, the DAV and the VFW, they went to fight for us. They went to war. And on the 19th, 2 days later, it got halted. So meaning that they're going to continue the way it is, grading you on the underlining problem, which occurred while you were active duty in the military, not as you are as a veteran being medicated.
So
Correct,
I
correct.
think they
I
they
think
did
that's
with that.
good. I think that was definitely dangerous. Looking at veterans, that's why a lot of you got the old school vet. Back in the day, if you got 70 or 80, that was
Mm-hmm.
treated like 100. Now
Man,
they be
for
like, man, I ain't
sure.
going back in. They ain't messing with mine. They ain't messing with my 80.
Yep.
And but because a lot of time they got to get a chance to relook at. Even before that came down, there always was a thing that they could relook at it and make a decision if you're still having this ailment, and if you're not still having this ailment, or through medication, therapy, or time, that this thing is no longer actively ailing you, if you will. They could take it down, and so it's just that policy coming down more just put a little more teeth behind that,
Mm-hmm.
and that was a concern for people.
Yeah,
My
definitely.
thing too, that like a lot of these things that you would occur when you're on active duty,
Mm-hmm.
you don't really get the suffering really comes later though,
Yeah.
as you get older.
Yep.
So that's why they gotta be careful. That's you gotta be careful. You ask people to make incredible sacrifices when they're younger.
Yeah.
That back don't really kick in till you get 40, man. I'm telling you,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
that's all I'm saying. Like, I think it's atrocious if you think about it.
Mm-hmm.
You go on all these deployments, doing all this stuff, man. But the older you get, you start to see the ailments from this stuff. So
Yeah.
I think you gotta have somebody like say DAV or somebody to advocate for the veteran. You know what I'm saying? Because you are not going to see this stuff in your 20s and 30s, man. You're going to see it in your 40s and 50s and 60s. But I want to make one more point about President Trump and this stuff, right? I think what we're saying, this is a quick little statement, and this is what you guys think. I think we have with President Trump is like the LeBron effect. This on this, right? Really, Trump has this is his third term, to be honest. He had his first term, right? And he dominated the news cycle. Biden comes into office and Trump dominates the news cycle. They talked about what he did in his first term. You know what I'm saying? Now he's in office again and he's dominating the news cycle. Same thing with LeBron and the NBA. Everybody, all people love LeBron, people hate LeBron. But the point is, he dominates the NBA.
Yeah.
Kevin Durant and these other guys,
they don't move the needle.
They can't. He's the face of the league, and he's on his way out, right? Yep. And the NBA has a huge problem. Who's going to take over after LeBron? Because these guys can't do it. They can't be the global face of the league. And the United States has a huge problem. Because if we lose President Trump, we ain't got nothing to talk about. You follow what I'm saying? Just think about what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You got Stephen A. Smith. Everybody's talking about Trump. You know what I'm saying? We don't have anything else. We better get something else. We got to get something else. This conversation got to evolve. Same thing with the NBA. You got to get something else. The man is on his way out. You know what I'm saying?
So let me say this here. Yeah. I was talking to my mom just yesterday, and I told her, I said, he is in American history in the last 50 years. He's the most polarizing figure. Trump, he's polarizing. You know, if I was to ask you, gentlemen, what do you think about President Ford's term? What do you think about President Carter? What do you think about Biden? I didn't like it. What do you think about Trump? I hate him. Either you hate him or you love him. There is no in between. He is the most polarizing figure of my lifetime in the world. He may be, for sure, I'm going to say the last 100 years of thing. You just have people who are drawn, which get into the fanaticism. And then you have, I think you this morning we had another attempt. There is, he is, I don't know. What would you, first of all, do you guys agree that he's the most polarizing? And then why? Will be my ask to you
definitely,
guys.
I think he is one of the most polarizing people. Yeah, definitely. If not the top, like you say. You know, the things that he say are brash and definitely unapologetic, like we had said before.
He should have been on say what you mean.
Yeah, definitely, man, because he is the epitome of say what you mean. And
we need to have him as our backdrop.
And he stand on it. And it's crazy. But you know, the way he moves, it just makes you, I don't know, it makes me feel like, why didn't previous presidents use the same route?
He's not a politician.
Exactly. That used to be a requirement. Yes. You had to have gone to college. You have to have been in politics for 2 or 3 years, I think it was. Like, you couldn't just
2 or 3 decades paying your dues.
You couldn't just be a president. You know what I mean? Like, it came with substantial dues to be paid. And I just don't see how we got so disconnected from that he was able to just, you know, bum rush the door.
Racism. We love it. America love that racism more than anything.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Kenzie, pour me a French glass of that.
Yeah. All day long, you know what I'm saying? If you could be like, they care more about the racism in America than anything, you know what I'm saying? And you know, one thing about this country, man, they're like, man, as long as we're doing better than black people, we good.
Yeah.
I think that's the thing that they're really, you know what I'm saying? It really galvanizes the country, unfortunately. Like, what? You know what I'm saying? We could be the greatest nation in ever, whatever, you know what I'm saying? If we was really inclusive the way we should be, you know what I'm saying? But we do so much to, you know, keep people at bay that hurts the country collectively. You know what I'm saying? Collectively. Agreed. And Black History Month.
Yeah, we still in there. Yeah. All right. So we'll move it up a little bit here. We're gonna jump into some sports. We got a lot of games that's on today. The Q review. Q, what's your thoughts on these games, man? Give us some of your favorite games you're looking forward to and what you think the outcomes will be.
Yeah, so today and this week, man, the word of the day is injury bugs, ladies and gentlemen, which has plagued the league. You know, one of the games that I would have been very interested to watch would have been the Cleveland OKC coming up. Because I believe they're on Cleveland's on a 5-game winning streak. And I think Harden's averaging like 18 points, 5 rebounds. 8 assists. And so, but you got OKC. I think Shea's out for another week. J-Dub is out for about another 2 weeks. Now, let me just be clear. I'm just interested to see how he gel. I don't have any, and I'm normally a playoff guy. I don't see any future with any James Harden led team doing anything substantial because he's going to disappear. He's going to have the greatest regular season numbers ever. So, but that's something I would have liked to see them against OKC. Again, Golden State and Denver would have been good, but Steph is out and Jimmy Butler's out, obviously. So that's not anything. A game that I am very interested in is Boston and LA. Man, probably the most disrespected player, I believe, of the last 4 years is Jaylen Brown.
Absolutely.
Of the Boston Celtics. This guy carries himself excellent. He represents well. He doesn't. And the boy flat out balls. Now, let me explain something to you. And I want to compare him and Tatum. Tatum has a more expansive offensive bag.
Racism.
But somebody said racist.
Colorism.
Colorism. Hey, Kenzie, do you got some more of that colorism in the refrigerator? Can you pour me another?
That's what that is. That's what that is.
That's exactly what it is. Because and nothing to take against Tatum. I think he's been a class act.
He's a great player.
But if you had Tatum being the president of the Players Association and all those things, the boy, because I told people on some nights he's the best. There's one A, one B. The boy wins the Finals MVP. Let me back up. He wins the Eastern Conference MVP for the conference. Then he goes on to win the Finals MVP, and this boy can't get selected for the Olympic team. Tatum is out, and he is balling, and you hear nothing about it. They are overachieving. They thought that Boston was going to take a down year. And what that boy's doing in leading, so him, and then plus you got LA and thing. But hold on, let me let you guys talk about Jaylen. Before I go to my next one, just tell me y'all thought about Jaylen.
Offense and defense. The boy plays, he's a two-way star, man.
Two-way.
And I don't care what planet you on.
The whole time he in the game.
The whole time, man, this guy's an offense and defense. And not taking up for Tatum. But Tatum ain't the leader of the team. He's the leader of the team. Tatum is the face of the team because the organization wants Tatum to be that. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
But Tatum ain't that dog that boy is.
Yeah. He gets more out of his. He does not have a natural bag. It's expansive at Tatum, but he gets more out of it. And like you say, two-way. I think hold on, who did they beat in the finals? Who did Boston beat? Was it Golden State?
Denver.
They beat Denver.
Yeah, they beat Denver.
Man, he locked Murray. I remember what he did on defense was probably more impressive, and what he did in that what he did in the Eastern Conference. The boy was his defense might have been him and White, the two defensive leads.
Yes.
Man, they shut them boys down. So to your point, before we even get to offense, what he did defensively was probably more impressive.
Yeah.
I think it's disheartening. It's disheartening that like I said, all the stuff you started out with, Q. He's a great guy. The guy don't get in no trouble.
Hey,
respectable guy. And you present yourself
smart.
That way. They're smart.
Entrepreneur.
And they're like, stop.
He don't
right
wear
there.
Nike or Adidas. He wear his shoe.
Yeah. We don't want this guy leading. You know what I'm saying? Give me some more of that Kodak Black.
So going on to my next game is like I say, so Boston and the Lakers got back with LeBron, who is the face, and Luka coming back. Luka's always must see TV.
Austin Reeves.
Austin Reeves, who is he's that dude. He has a change pace. Austin Reeves is undeniable, and it looked like he got a number. He looked like, I'm trying to remember, when we went on to the barbershop on a military base, he got like a number 4 haircut.
Yeah.
He got
easy.
Listen,
easy.
He looks listen, he ain't got nothing stylish about his haircut. No. His haircut looked like every captain in the Air Force.
I'm trying to give you these buckets.
Every
I'm gonna give you these buckets just number 4 haircut.
Yeah, number 4. For sure.
So and then my last game would be Philly versus Minnesota. I mean, Ant is I mean, the talent of Ant is undeniable.
Yeah,
The charisma of Ant has all the charisma. He hasn't won anything, but he still must see because charisma. We're trying to see if he ever breakthrough. And then we got on Philly. You got Tyrese Maxey, who is straight up just a bucket, unbelievable. And I love also to watch the young guy Edgecombe, watch him emerge. To me, he reminds me of not quite as great, but I put him in the lane of a young D Wade. He doesn't have
I would
the
say Steve
freedom.
Francis.
Steve, I probably go with
French
Steve
size.
Francis
Yeah, more French size.
with better talent around him
Yeah.
and not the freedom.
Yep.
But I think that's
Yep.
I probably even go with Stevie Franchise a little more. But he's a young dog,
For
and
sure.
they are kind of taking over for Embiid has kind of become a little secondary. So
Man.
those are the two matchups I kind of want to see.
Third dairy.
Yeah.
For sure.
They can't move that contract though, can they?
Yeah, no, he is the process. It was all built around
Man,
him.
listen, you can do it.
You got to
can do
wear it out now.
Get it there, man. It's time to go, man. Let them
Okay, put him
Nobody's
somewhere.
gonna take him.
Put him somewhere.
Nobody's
Put
going to take him.
Send him down to Charlotte, man. Get him out of there.
I don't think
He
they
ain't
can
winning no
afford
champ-
it.
He's not.
Melo already making the max down there. I don't think they can afford another $200 million player, can they?
I wouldn't give him 200 million, but I'm saying he ain't gonna win no championship. He's not durable enough. Like
No.
I'm not gonna put him on a contender and with that type of money because you're not gonna win a championship. He's not durable enough to put him on a team. You know what I'm saying? Unless you're gonna give him the veterans minimum, and then
you hoping he's a vet. You got to put him somewhere where the regular season doesn't put wear and tear on his body.
You can't give him a veterans minimum because when he in there, he scored 34 and 20, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? When he playing, he a monster. So you can't give him a minimum.
That's when he's playing. That's why I can give you the veteran minimum.
Okay, I give you that.
When.
I give you that.
Hey, I don't guarantee you going if I play you in the regular season, you're definitely not playing the playoffs. You can't even do that.
So you got to pick. You got to pick which one you want.
So yeah, you want a championship, then
just save me.
I'm not giving you.
What you got to do is you got to hope Giannis stay in Milwaukee, and then you let Miles Turner play through in the regular season and pray that Embiid is ready for the playoffs. He has to be the second. You got to already have something established, or maybe you go to New York.
Not for that price tag though. Not for that price tag.
I agree.
Not for that price tag. Price tag is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I got a quick question real quick. Does Giannis on the verge of having an Achilles problem? Because you keep having these calf things.
Yeah, man.
I don't trust
it is.
Always. He already has
I don't trust no calf.
Look at their
injury.
legs now. They don't have calf muscles. It's like a beanpole. Nobody, even Giannis, as big as he is, his calves are small in comparison to him.
Well, and I know you can't keep having calf strains.
Listen, bro. I've never had a calf strain.
That's it. Never. That's an NBA problem, bro. The Achilles always been an NBA thing, man. And I don't care what nobody. He already has it. It's not. He's already had it, and that's like you said. What Jay said, man. That's always been an NBA problem with this new league, man. Because they're not the guys of old.
They're not working out the same.
They're not working out the same.
Everybody using bands, resistant bands.
Resistant bands. They ain't lifting weights like
You're
that.
doing yoga. Now, yoga is fine, but you can't just do yoga. You have to put some weight. You have to lift some metal. You have to build a muscle.
Put some weight around.
You have to build muscle around tendons, around joints. That's how they stay protected. You can't expect to just keep yourself limber. That knee, that MCL, that ACL is still going to shift. Exactly. You have to create a muscle around it. That's what keeps it in place.
Well, let me say this here. I think part of it too. I won't disagree with that. I also think that the game with the one-on-one, the number one thing they're looking at for guards coming out is agility. It's all this pressure intense, so much more jumping, so much more one-on-one build. From the top of the key, stop, move, counter move. They're putting so much more tension on these joints, so much more than the previous player. Larry Bird shot, Michael Jordan, he scored. He didn't do all this dancing. Look at how much Tatum is at the top of the key dancing. Look at let me go to another thing I was telling my son about OKC. I said Shea got to get the ball. It's too much. I'm telling you, the way in which these NBA players, these guards, these Tatums, these Kawhis, these Katie dancing and all that. You look at the Kay Cunningham having to do all the ball dancing, tension move that age. So we didn't have that in the 80s with that. You had a guy that could shoot a jump shot. You got a guy slashing to the rim, but dancing, coming back, step back, crossover.
They cannot play.
That's a lot of tension.
I don't care what nobody say, man. These guys cannot play. They cannot consistently play in the 80s and 90s, man. And
no, it was too physical. That's the only reason. It's too physical.
And let's call a spade. I know we're probably already covered, but I'm saying I would bring it back up, man. The All-Star weekend is atrocious, man, because the talent is atrocious, man. You know what I'm saying? Outside of the 3-point contest, man, you can keep the whole weekend, man. And the thing is, this league, I don't know who they have in these conferences when they having this, like, they planning for the All-Star weekend. And like, all right, what are we looking at, right? We're gonna do this right here. Obviously, these people are getting paid millions of dollars for nothing, man. The product that
I take it you didn't like the All-Star game.
Terrible.
Hold on, you didn't like the All-Star game format?
Terrible.
Terrible, man. Listen, man. I grew up when the era where it was must-watch TV. I'm talking about you playing your whole weekend around there. I ain't missing nothing, Jack.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? If I gotta miss church, so be it. You know what I'm saying? Miss me with that, man. You got that.
Hold on. Give me All-Star. Hold on. Let's take. I'm with you. Let's talk about All-Star Sunday, the format of the Stars, the Stripe, and the World. That format this year. Give me your thoughts.
The format's cool, bro. I'm talking about the league. The league is not the same.
I got you.
I don't care about the format. The format's cool, man. We got advertisers. I get it. It's a business. I'm not tripping on that. What I'm tripping on is the output, man. We're not gonna have an NBA if we keep going the way we're going, man. You can't put these guys like you talking about these injuries, all this dancing and all this. That's not basketball, man. You know what I'm saying? That's really more entertainment. You know what I'm saying? So we gotta change the name of it, man. You know what I'm saying? You can't have these guys playing 600 AAU games, then go to college for, what do you put in the league, man? And then once they get in the league, when we send it, man, in a couple years, man, Europe and Africa is going to be the league. Seriously, you can just see it, man.
Yeah.
Man, you can't be honest. You can't honestly say, man, when you got a guy like, what's my man name? He's sitting out. Dame is not even playing in the league. He's still one of the best shooters in the league. He ain't even playing this year, man. It's crazy, man. Dame ain't even suiting up.
Well, I think the NBA, I think number one,
I don't think they're going to take over, though.
I don't know if they're going to take, but listen, the world is coming. But
we saying that because you know how we grew up, right? That hard that these cats.
No, I'm basing it on if you just take the numbers of Europe, right? Versus not every state or every town is known for basketball athletes. So it's not one of them things like, it's just like football. There are certain regions where basketball athletes come from because of the weather. You know what I mean? No, I'm saying here in America, right? You can take one state, you can take California, and it will have more kids come out of that state that are ready to play basketball at an NBA level overall versus an entire country in Europe.
Hey, Jay, check this out, though.
You will have 3 or 4 guys that are good enough to play in the NBA out of that whole country. That's why it's only 1 or 2 of them that you're talking about.
Okay, well, look, check this out, though, Jay.
You're only talking about Jokic and Luka. Because
you saying that, right? That's where we at now. But just do a little bit of history lesson, though, right? Basketball in the United States is becoming like baseball. Stand on that statement. Like now, cats say you ain't going head up in the parks across the country like it used to be 20, 30 years ago, man. Everybody got a trainer. You know what I'm saying? Everything's watered down. Even these guys, one-on-one trainer, you know what I'm saying? And you don't have the money to have a trainer. They starting younger now. You don't have the money. You're gonna get displaced out of basketball like you got displaced out of baseball. Now, 20 years ago, it would have been unheard of not to have. You could count the African American players on your hand in professional baseball. That would be unheard of 20 years ago, 30 years ago. Now it's outsourced to the Dominican Republic. That's a fact.
You said it outsourced.
I mean, but that ain't new either. That ain't new either. That's where it started from.
It's no African, but we always had black Players though.
He said it's outsourced.
Outsourced, man.
Hold on. Let me say this here. And Jay, I don't know if you and Amon home, we just had a thing about athletic, less athletic, and we started talking about the thing. I said, number one, if you don't have a personal trainer in America by age 12, you won't make D1. Back you got to. I'm talking. They got a personal trainer and nutritionist. And we was playing. We was eating Big Macs and Whoppers, right?
Yeah.
Now to kids. So I don't know if I agree fully, but let me kind of support Kenzie's point in this thing. One of the documentaries I can't wait to come out is going to be whenever they decide to come out with Luka Doncic's special. Luke was playing professional at age 13. So Europe is beginning a pipeline where they become professionals a lot earlier. And so they're scout for talent. America, we still gonna let them be. They are dead set about beating America. So Europeans pipeline could give Kenzie. That's why let me just say this as a minimum. That's why it's more competitive. They have a better pipeline, and they send them guys professional. Luka's been professional 5-6 years before he ever came over here.
Look what Lou Dang did in the Olympics. Look what Lou Dang did in the Olympics. They ain't have no practice. They put him in there. What do you think is going to happen? Y'all crazy, man. Look what Lou Dang team did to us, and they ain't even ready. They ain't even ready.
They scared the bejesus out of us.
What? What do you think?
They scared what did we win in 30 seconds? We won in the last minute.
Last minute. And
they scared the bejesus out of us.
We are going to, and as American, you like, oh no, man. Listen, bro. Our society has been dumbed down. Nobody likes to work hard.
So are you saying it's because of lack of want versus talent?
Absolutely. We can have all the talent, but they don't have the desire, bro.
Okay. Now that I can smoke a bag.
They don't have the heart, man.
I can smoke a bag of that. I agree with that. They do not have the hunger that we had even.
They don't see themselves as they don't see that hungry, you know what I'm saying?
But they mark men by the other countries, they're marked men. Just like they say, once you win a championship, we are marked men. And some of these guys, LeBron, I have to give him credit. He acknowledged, and what ends up happening, we have a non-Olympics when we got to realize we are marked. Everybody's gunning for us, and we don't embrace that.
We don't embrace that no more. Like you have the target on your back, but they don't have that desire like that no more, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like I'll get on the court with you. I don't care what's your skill level. I'm gonna dominate you, but I can dominate you, right? You know what I'm saying? Nah, we have a league where they want to just play to the level of competition on James Harden.
Man, but if they don't have the Olympics, listen to me. Wemby's team, what Wemby did with France, who by no means, if you go talent for talent, is close to the United States. But there was a force and there was an energy, and the international game is different. If we don't listen to who we had to have Steph Curry, LeBron James, Kevin Durant, Anthony Edwards, and a bunch of other cats, bam, and they took us to the white France.
A team made only God could put that team together, and they took us to the match. Man, stop
it. They took us to the wire.
We are in
let me tell you something. Whatever next Olympic team we're gonna have, it will not be that team that just won. We
are losing. We are losing.
We got a greater chance of losing this next Olympics.
Listen, we're gonna lose them for a long time, bro. We take it to the. We had God's team, and them dudes is like, okay, that's it.
And Wemby took us to the and Wemby coming.
That's it, bro. And we ain't got bro. You can't manufacture heart. You know what I'm saying? And these cats, man, they're like, I'm rich. I got all the snowboards.
Bro, they've been in 4 Olympics already. This Wemby's first. Or second, that he actually was a man in. Like, come on, man. Come on, what are you saying?
We don't even gotta get.
What do we have? Well, here's my thing, though, Jay. What do we have in the pipeline, though?
Okay,
we got to bring John Morant back.
Not happening.
That's not gonna happen. That's a done deal.
Not happening. That's what I'm saying. We had the talent, Jay. I'm with you. We got the talent.
You can't.
But we don't have it mentally, and we don't have it.
You can't forget that.
Nah.
Yeah, I agree.
Where we going? Good discussion. I'm just saying we're gonna be on this though, man, because it's gonna be here before you know it. But I'm saying it's gonna be hot. Some things gonna have to change, man. I'm telling you, we got the X on our back. They're like good, and I don't think we got the reinforcements to make this thing happen like we used to, man. Just don't see it.
Good discussion, fellas. Good discussion. All right, so getting ready to wrap up here. First, of course, we always want to put a special shout out to our veterans out there. So I'm gonna just do a little sit rep here and go down the list of what we got. So going on in Tampa on looks like the week of June 27th through July 2nd of 2026. They got a National Veterans Golden Age Games going on. So the sign up started February 18th for all visually impaired, and February 19th, all eligible vets are able to sign up now. So if you got some older vets in your circle who still swear they used to be athletes, tell them to stop reminiscing and sign up for the Golden Age Games this summer. So for our SoCal vets, they got the Greater Los Angeles events page is active every week with clinics, meetups, and mental health sessions. So out there in VA and Long Beach, and also West LA and Sepulveda. So you can check out your benefits, get health care and mental health support. Also, out there in Maryland, they got Health Services Directory. It's a full list of mental health, primary care, and specialty clinics. If you're in Brandywine or Anne Arundel or Waldorf, dealing with PTSD, chronic pain, or just need to check in, the VA Maryland system has a full list of where you can go. Before we get ready to sign off, fellas, is there anything you like to say going out?
No. Go ahead, Kenzie.
Go ahead, yo. Everybody be safe out there, and especially in the DMV area. We got some more of that snow coming down today and tomorrow, so definitely be safe out there, man. Pay attention to your conditions out here, because it could be a little treacherous. They saying 45 inches, man. I hope not.
Yeah,
we haven't really got over the last one.
That's crazy.
So yeah, so all of everybody out there, be safe out there in my area.
All right, bet. Well, I'm Jay. That was Kenzie. Q. Spoon, hope you out there safe, brother. All right, y'all. That was episode 2. New look, new cast. Of course, make sure you follow, subscribe, and share the show. We appreciate all the love and support and the growth. And until next time, say what you mean.